Hi, I'm Yonatan from Touring Israel. Today we're going to see some of the more interesting areas of Tel Aviv. We're starting here at the Suzanne Dalal Center. Originally there were two schools here, a boys' school and a girls' school, established in 1909. After many years, Neve Tzedek went through a very long decline. The schools were closed, and in the 1980s, the Dalal Center was opened here, a cultural center here in Neve Tzedek, and today it's home of the Bat Sheva Dance Company. Great ice cream in Tel Aviv, and this place is definitely one of the best. Amazing. I'm now standing in front of the Shalush Synagogue, the first synagogue in Neve Tzedek. And Neve Tzedek was the first neighborhood of what was to become Tel Aviv, thus the first synagogue in Tel Aviv. We're now standing in front of the house of Shai Agnon. Shai Agnon was the first Israeli to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, and Mr. Agnon contributed greatly to the Hebrew that we speak today. Part of the rebirth of Neve Tzedek over the last 30 years, many old buildings have been renovated and fixed up, and many of them now look like this. The deal with the city is if you buy one of these old buildings and you want to fix it up, you have to keep the facade as it was originally. And as you can see, they're all very high. That was originally built for protection. And here's an example of what a lot of the neighborhood used to look like. Smallest bookstore in Tel Aviv, and this is where you pay. This was the house of Shimon Rokach, one of the founders of Tel Aviv, and it was also the community center for the neighborhood. Today it functions as a museum telling the history of Neve Tzedek. I'm standing in front of this facade of the first movie theater in the land of Israel, the Eden Theater. These two beautiful buildings were built by brothers who are grandsons of one of the founders of Tel Aviv. Exactly the same. That way, one couldn't say, my brother's house is bigger than my house. Brothers. We've left Neve Tzedek and now we're on beautiful Lillimum Street, one of the nicest streets in Tel Aviv. A lot of the buildings over the last 10 years or so are being redone and renovated and fixed up. As you can see from the building behind me, this is a building that's getting a gut renovation. They have to keep the facade of the building, so they're fixing up the building and they're building a new story on top. Shalom Tower. Can you believe this was once the tallest building in the Middle East? Today, I don't even think it will make it into the top 1,000. City bikes, the fastest, cheapest, and most convenient way to get around the city. I use them almost every day. We have many boulevards in Tel Aviv and many kiosks on the boulevards. This was the first kiosk in Tel Aviv. As you can see, it's open and doing business today, just like it was doing in 1909 when Tel Aviv was founded. You're never lacking for a place to find a cup of coffee in Tel Aviv. We're now standing in front of Meir Dizengoff's house, the first mayor of Tel Aviv, and also May 14, 1948, where the State of Israel was declared. You'll see this a lot in Tel Aviv, an old building and a new building. In order to build the new glass building, they had to preserve the original old building. One of my favorite buildings in Tel Aviv. I'm kind of hungry. Let's grab something to eat. This has just been a taste of what Tel Aviv has to offer. Hope to see you here soon in Israel.